Hi again, BookTube, Lola here, and welcome to my review video of The Stone of Tears by Terry Goodkind. Basically I'm going to be reviewing this, and this is the second book of the Sub-True series, and it is also, I believe, the longest book of the series. I apologise about the sound of my heater, it's just really cold in here, so yeah. But this is a really good book. And this is about Richard and another Richard and Kaelin story, and Richard basically gets taken by a sect called the Sisters of the Light, and what they do is they train a wizard up to do magic, because in this world a wizard needs a wizard's training, because if they don't they will get really bad headaches that will eventually kill them, because they're that intense and so much pressure behind them that it would kill a person. So Sister Verna takes Richard through the old world and through all the bad lands and difficult places, and a lot of the story is just them travelling and Kaelin dealing without Richard now that they've found love together. And yeah, Richard ends up in the old world at the Palace of the Prophets, and there he will learn about his powers and how to use his magic. Sister Verna teaches him for a little while, but then it moves on to 5 certain Sisters of the Light teaching him. And in this book you find out that not only are the Sisters of the Light who serve the Creator, which is the god of this kind of world, there are Sisters of the Dark who serve the Keeper, which is their kind of devil type figure. And what the Sisters of the Dark want to do is to let the Keeper take over the Wheel of Life in substitute of them being rewarded in some way. They believe that they're gonna get something out of it, so they're trying to help the Keeper escape. So in turn, while they're trying to do that, they get like subtractive magic, and I will explain this to you. Additive magic is magic of the Wheel of Life. You can add something, and an example given in the first book actually is that Zed tells Rich that he can grow a beard, and he does this by stroking his chin and one grows, but he can't take it away with magic because that's taking something away, and that's underworld magic, so he has to shave it back off because Zed doesn't like having a beard. But yeah, that's very evil magic. You can kill people with it, you can just make things disappear and not exist with it, stuff like that, and it's just very dark magic really. And so only in the past only men, wizards, have been able to use subtractive magic, and the way the sisters go about gaining the man side of the magic, which is actually quite rare now because subtractive magic is quite ancient and not many people can use it in the age of this series apart from certain characters. And they go about gaining these powers by killing a wizard and using a certain object to transfer the powers through to themselves. They have to bleed out the wizard to do this. So you see this happening also, and Richard's 5 teachers end up being Sisters of the Dark who want his powers because he is a very powerful wizard, you find out. He is actually a war wizard. Then after this, Richard finds out that his teachers are evil, they serve the Keeper, and he basically stops learning from them and tries to escape, which he does, and he goes back home eventually, but most of the book is him at the Palace of the Prophets learning things. And yeah, so you get introduced to his 5 sisters, the most memorable of these being Nikki, Sister Nikki, and she comes back later on and becomes my favourite character in the later books. I absolutely love Nikki, she's absolutely fantastic later on. So if you want to find out why I love Nikki so much, you'll have to read the series because it's so good. But yeah, back to the book. On the way to the Palace of the Prophets, I forgot to mention this, a creature is met, and he is a Gar. And in the first book you find out about these creatures, and most of them are quite nasty, they come from the underworld, blah blah blah. But Richard meets Scratch the Gar as a baby and practically saves Scratch. So they become friends, and it's really adorable, and I love Grat, she's so cute. But yeah, he's mainly in this book. He doesn't really appear much in other books, but he does a little bit. So you have to read to find out about him, because he is the most adorable Gar ever. Because like I said, most of them try to kill people. So yeah, he kind of follows Richard to the Palace of the Prophets and becomes like one of his only friends. You also meet Warren the Prophet, and he becomes Richard's friend too and helps him out. He also wants to escape at some point. Verna appears in it a lot, and she becomes one of Richard's trusted friends too, because she eventually promises to help him escape, because she comes to respect Richard, and she just really respects him. So Richard ends up with like 3 friends altogether while he's there. But yeah, he then escapes and goes back to Kaelin, and whilst all this is happening, Dark'An'rul comes back from the underworld and tries to find the Stone of Tears to kind of help the Keeper come back and help himself and stuff like that, because the Stone of Tears is a magical item that unlocks part of the veil for the Keeper, so that he's got more of a chance of coming through. So that's one thing, and Richard comes back to defeat Dark'An'rul again. There's a whole thing about Richard and Kaelin thinking each other are dead, because Kaelin becomes so cool in this book. I mean, I love their relationship so much. But when Richard and Kaelin are apart, Kaelin becomes this really awesome lady. Like, she is really cool. She's like strong, independent woman when Richard's not around. So she leads an army of quite young men against the Imperial Order. And the Imperial Order are basically trying to get rid of magic. And yeah, Kaelin kind of rides into battle, and she's naked, and she doesn't want Richard to find this out because he would go crazy. But she basically gets herself and loads of the soldiers to make the Imperial Order believe that they're ghosts, because they thought they'd died. And yeah, that's how she scares some of the Imperial Order away and defeats them, because there are more of them than there are of her own army. So she's a very strong and independent and intelligent woman. So Kaelin has her own part in this story, and she's really, really cool. And I love Kaelin going to war because she's just always so good. And it happens in later books as well. So it's just amazing. So yeah, Richard returns, and there's a whole thing about them thinking that each other are dead, because Kaelin's meant to be under a spell that said to put her under, and the spell basically makes everybody think she's dead when she's not. Dana brings them together and shows them that they're not dead, because Richard was going to kill himself because of it. And yeah, it's all happy in the end, and this book is fantastic. Like I said, it is a huge book. It's like over 1,000 pages long, this one. It's like 1,056 pages long. So it might take you a while to get through, like all of these books, but like I said, it doesn't take me long anymore because I know the books so well. And I love them, and I would love to share this wonderful series with you. So please, please, please pick the series up, because it has changed. I cannot say this about many books, but this has actually changed my life, because I started reading them when I was in high school, and the things that happen and the beliefs that are in these books are just so powerful. And Terry Goodkind puts this thing across that's just, it touches your heart. And I mean that, it does, because it's the things he puts across, like the Wizard's First Rule, the first book. The rule is that people are stupid. And I know that may seem funny, but the idea behind that is that because Richard is the seeker of truth, it puts it forward that truth is important. And a lot of people will not believe the truth because they're scared that it's true, or because they think it's true, or anything like that. They are scared, and people need to stop being scared of the truth and accept it, that kind of thing. The rule in this book is the greatest harm can result from the best intentions, and that is also very true, because if you're helping somebody, this is the example in the book, if you're helping somebody and they're never ever ever going to become better if you keep helping them when they're at the point where they should be doing things themselves again, they end up wasting away. And so in helping them, you're actually harming them in the long run. And it's that kind of idea. And in each book you get these wizard's rules, as they're called, and they're all pretty much common sense, but a lot of people don't realise it and it doesn't process through people's minds. And these things are really important to me, and that's why it's touched my heart so much. So I really hope you go away and read these books, because they're so wonderful, and I really hope that they touch you in the way they've touched me. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you like my review, and I will see you in my next video. Please subscribe, hit that thumbs up and comment. I really want to talk to you about these books. So thank you and goodbye. Bye.